During World War II, the Japanese manufactured and stored 6 million kilograms of mustard gas on this tiny little island in southern Japan. But why did they do this? And why is this island that's now full of dilapidated buildings also full of rabbits? Hiroshima Island is located right here in the countryside of the Hiroshima prefecture of Japan. It's very much in a quiet and unexciting part of Japan, which is what made it the perfect location for the government to do something they didn't really want people to know about. Back in 1927, the Imperial Japanese Army caught wind of the US and European countries developing chemical weapons. So, naturally, they decided to build a facility of their own, despite the Geneva Protocol being signed by the Japanese. If you're unaware of the Geneva Protocol, it was basically a bunch of countries signing a treaty that said, we will no longer use chemical weapons in any sort of warfare. The one caveat to this, of course, was that it didn't stipulate that you couldn't manufacture and store chemical weapons. Sadly, this island became the biggest producer of chemical weapons, including mustard gas and others that the Japanese Imperial Army used, and even more sadly was that they did use them during a lot of their battles with China during the 1930s and 40s. Okay, but how did this lead us to today? An island full of cute little rabbits? Well, initial theories thought that the rabbits used for testing these horrible substances eventually escaped when the Americans decommissioned and destroyed all of the facilities. But the other prominent story is that a class from a local middle school brought their rabbits to the island and set them free because they could no longer care for them. And, well, they did what bunnies do. Personally, I think someone could have just had a bit of foresight and being kind of smart, let some bunnies out on the island themselves, and waited for the tourists to inevitably come in. It's definitely one of the most peculiar spots I've ever visited. Examining the ruins of a place that brought a lot of death and sadness upon the lives of many, but now also a place to spend your day filled with one of the cutest and most harmless animals in the world, rabbits. I can't help thinking the Japanese got this one right. Places that were filled with a lot of darkness should and could be filled up with a lot of happiness. Just throw some bunnies on an island. Thanks for watching.